I am so excited about the next video because I'm about to make a custom hood for the Expedition. But before I do so, I need to make some fender stands. Coming down. Ooh, very fast. This is a conduit pipe bender, and you need one of these in order to make a fender stand. It doesn't make financial sense in order to buy one of these if you're only making one fender stand. However, I'm going to tell you how a younger, more broke me made his first 4 without buying one of these tools. What are you doing, little buddy? You scared of the rain? You scared of the rain? Aww. Hey, hi. You ready?
All right, let's go for a walk.
So I'm out walking the dogs in the drizzle, whatever. It's not very good for the camera equipment, but word of the day is allegedly. Allegedly. So I don't know the legalities of this, and I don't suggest that you do this. I'm just telling you what I did as a younger, more broker me that needed a fender stand in order to finish a job. Ah, you're still here? Allegedly. Don't forget, allegedly. I walk into a department store, turn, look at the cashier, show her my Sharpie marker and my tape measure.
Oh, you're good. People come in with tools all the time. Come on in.
I then walk over to the conduit, and conveniently, right next to the conduit is the bender. So I choose 2 pieces. Then quickly mark them off with my tape and my Sharpie marker. Look both ways up and down the aisle and make sure nobody is paying me any attention. Pick up the bender We're taking a long walk on this one, fellas. Quickly make 4 bends. Put the pipe bender back. Pay for my stuff and walk out like nothing happened. Allegedly.
Something is claimed to be true or to have happened, but it's not yet been proven or confirmed.
Allegedly. So this is what you're going to need in order to build a fender stand. You're going to need 2 3/4 inch conduit pipes. A pipe protector is kind of like a pool noodle. It keeps pipes warm in the winter, keeps them from freezing. You're going to need some chain, some S-hooks, some locking nuts, some washers, some eye bolts, and some regular bolts. Now I use the same thread pattern and pitch for the eye bolts as I do the regular bolts. That way I can use these same locking nuts. Your tools wise, you're going to need the pipe benders, some drill bits, the drill, a tape measure, and a Sharpie marker. 32 inches tall. That's how high we want to make it. Now if you have a bunch of pipes, I mark them all at 32 inches, and then what I'll do is make sure they're all level here at the bottom, okay? And then I will take the marker and mark it from one to the other. Make sure it's all the way on each pipe. And then I will roll the pipe and I will continue that marking from one to the other. Keep rolling the pipe until it matches all the way around. Next thing you want to do is bend these pipes at 90 degrees. Now it's marked at 32 inches. You want to take that mark and you will put it right here on this arrow. Now that I have half of the pipe bent, I need to do the same thing to the other side. Now it doesn't have to be perfectly aligned, but we do want to get it pretty close to where we can twist it a little bit to get it exactly where we want it to be. Again, we line up that arrow to the mark. What I'll do is I'll twist it, not dropping like that, but I'll twist it to where it's somewhat close. Set it down, make sure the mark looks good. Grab a hold of the other pipe, and then step on it and push it down. Coming back, make sure that looks 90 degrees. Pull that off, and you're pretty close. It needs to be just a smidge. And what you do is you can lay it down. Here's how you can tell if it is perfectly aligned. See how that one, it's flat on the concrete, but this one isn't touching the concrete? What I do is I'll pick it up and I'll give it just a twitch. And went a little too far that time. One more time. There we go. Now that we have the pipes bent at 90 degrees and they are twisted to where they're pretty much the exact same, each pipe is going to get 4 holes drilled in it. On the conduit pipe, we have a mark right here at 32 inches. That marked the start or the beginning of the 90-degree bend for our fender stand. There are going to be 2 more marks. We're going to put one at 17 inches, and those will be going in the same direction as the pipe. That'll be for the bolt to bolt the 2 pieces of pipe together as a pivot point. The next one is going to be at 26 3/4 inches, and that'll be drilled in the opposite direction of the pipe, and that'll be where your eye bolt goes and the chain to where you can lengthen or shorten the chain to make the fender stand higher or lower. Okay, let's drill some holes. I'm going to share a little bit of wisdom with you that my daddy told me. If I take a drill and I put it on this round pipe and put it where I want it to be and then pull the trigger, it's going to go left and right and front and back and everywhere except where you want it to be, and eventually drill a hole in the wrong spot. If you take a punch and put it where you want it to be, get a hammer, give it a little bit of a tap. Now we've got a divot here, and this divot is going to be a guide for that drill bit, and it will go where you want it to be. Always start off with a smaller pilot drill bit and then slowly make it bigger to be the size that you need. Perfect. Now that we have enough bent pipe with holes drilled in it to make Gandalf jealous,
Old Toby, the finest weed in the South Valley.
let's do some assembly. Take a bolt, put it through the first hole, take a washer, put it there. Now this washer will act like a bearing in between the 2 pipes. We take our second pipe, then we set it through the hole. Like that. Then we get another washer, set it on there, and we put a locking nut. We'll tighten that later, but first we want to do the other side. Next step of assembly, you're gonna need 2 eye bolts with the nuts choked all the way up as far as you can go. 2 of them with the nuts choked up as far as you can go and cut to where they're open, and 2 locking nuts. We're gonna take one of these eye bolts and we're gonna go through one side, just like that. Then we're gonna take a locking nut and put it on. We'll come back and tighten that later. We'll take one of the open-ended eye bolts that we have and put it through the opposite end, locking it down again with a locking nut. We will tighten this up after we build the other side. Now we want to put the open-ended eye bolt on the same end as the open-ended eye bolt as the opposite side with a locking nut. And an eye bolt, same place as the eye bolt on the other side with a locking nut. There are many ways you can do this next part. You can take this eye bolt, put a pair of needle nose in there and spread it open enough to where you can get a chain in there. I just take one of these S hooks, like this little guy right here, crush it around the chain, put it on the eye, and then come in with a pair of pliers and crush it around that eye bolt like that. Now that's not going anywhere, and you adjust your open and close by however many links you want. So you have your fender stand built, everything's bolted together, and it can handle quite a bit of weight. The next thing you want to do, because this thing is metal and so are your parts, you don't want to put dents on your brand new parts. You take one of these pipe protectors, or pool noodle looking things, you bend it in half, take your razor blade, and cut it right down that end. Then you take this pool noodle, pipe protector, and you put it right along the top. This adds a little bit of cushion between the 2 pieces of metal. Now what I usually do is I will take some tape and I will wrap it around the pipe all the way down like I did this one here. That way it gives it a little bit more of rigidity or strength in the pool noodle, keep you from tearing it up. And it also keeps it on the pipe a little bit better. This is the hood from a 2013 Camaro SS. I'm about to cut this thing completely up and make a custom hood for the Expedition. These stands are awesome. I already had a few of them. I just needed more because I'm about to pull the Expedition completely apart, paint the jams, and get it ready for a custom paint job. If that's something that you think that you would enjoy, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment down below, tell me what you thought about today's video, and never forget that I love you, and I'll see you next time.